Thank you, Peter. And I have to take the slap on my face here. So, a chasm is a deep opening in the Earth's surface, normally called a canyon or gorge. Metaphorically, a chasm is a profound difference or disconnect between culture, people, or ideas. In business, a chasm represents the gap between early adopter stage and mainstream market stage for a particular product or company. Successfully navigating that normally means a company has survived the startup stage, which is described by Jeffrey Moore in his book, Crossing the Chasm. For me, I faced my first chasm 25 years ago when I moved from China here to East Coast Canada for university, all by myself. I had to switch from chopsticks to forks and knives, rice to bread, and of course, Chinese to English. Trying to make the crossing of this chasm as wide as the Pacific Ocean, figuratively and quite literally, I had to immerse myself completely in the Canadian culture and to function entirely in English. In less than a year, I began to have dreams in English. And by second year university, I was also elected to be vice president of student council. By that point, I believe I had successfully crossed over this first chasm in my life. After university, I worked as an electrical engineer at Canada's largest oil sand company. After a couple years, however, the sheer magnitude of environmental damage and pollution warned by the oil sand industry to planet Earth was too much for my conscience or my belief. So I left and joined an ICT firm back on the East Coast to lead the energy conservation development project. After a couple years of R&D as a co-founder, I turned that project to a little startup in 2009. Also, my responsibilities spanned from engineering to project management, sales, and vice president of the company. By 2012, we have risen to the top as a tier 1 energy management service provider in North America. And looking back at the journey of this young startup and myself, there were countless uncertainties and challenges with no clear-cut path or definitive solutions. Each time, it was like a little chasm that I had to build a path over. What kept me going, though, were the very simple principles of doing the right thing and maintaining an unwavering determination. Fast forward a couple more years, I was getting bored from the comfort zone of Canada. So in 2015, I decided to take this industry-leading product to the Chinese market. I assumed it would have been straightforward, given I was doing something I knew so well in the country I grew up in. Was I ever mistaken? Despite being a Chinese, I had very limited knowledge of the Chinese business market and the Chinese business culture. This little oversight cost me several more years in market development. I had to assemble a local Chinese team, go back to the drawing board, and start from the beginning, which is defining customer needs and designing the solutions. By the time we re-entered the market, The only thing that looked similar to the product from Canada was the core technology inside. The look and feel, the service offering, and the pricing schemes were completely different. This expensive lesson taught me to always hold your business environment and market in high regards, and never undermine the customers ahead of you, and never be arrogant, and always be respectful to what's in front of you. And I'm happy to say, today, my company is a Tier 1 energy storage service provider for the Chinese telecom industry. So I have landed and crawled myself back from the hole. Reflecting on the past 2 decades of my life, career, and the worlds I've been through, do good, immersion, resolve, and respect are the 4 things that got me through. These chasm crossing experiences certainly kept my life interesting. Each one also taught me new skills and opened doors to new opportunities and worlds. I later realized that when I crossed the chasm, I never left the old one behind. Instead, I'm always connected to all of them all the time. So I urge everyone here to go ahead, take on a new challenge, cross a chasm, and bridge worlds. While you're at it, enjoy the journey, and I guarantee that you will become a better version of yourself. Thank you.